He was the clown who would make kids laugh, the friendly neighbor who threw block parties, and the monster who buried 29 bodies under his home. This is how John Wayne Gacy fooled an entire city and became one of America's most chilling serial killers. I'm Sky, and today we are doing a deep dive into John Wayne Gacy, the killer clown. Viewer discretion is advised. Before he became the killer clown, John Wayne Gacy was just a kid from Chicago. Born in 1942, he grew up in a modest Polish-Danish family in the city's northwest side. His father was a World War I veteran and an alcoholic who constantly belittled him. Gacy was overweight, often sick, and kept away from sports, but even as a child, he desperately wanted his father's approval. As a teenager, Gacy dropped out of high school and ran away to Las Vegas. There, he worked briefly in a mortuary where he claimed he sometimes slept near the embalming room. Eventually, he returned to Chicago, trying to build a new life. He enrolled in a business college, and he worked as a shoe salesman and seemed to kind of be settling down finally. In 1964, Gacy married Marilyn Myers. Her father owned KFC in Waterloo, Iowa. He became a manager in the family business and then eventually joined the Gacys, a community service club. But beneath that family man image, rumors started to swirl about his sexual behavior and his interest in young boys. And in 1968, everything finally collapsed. Gacy was convicted of sexually assaulting a teenage boy and was sentenced to 10 years in prison, but he only served about 18 months. By 1970, Gacy was free and he was back in Chicago. He moved into a small house in Norwood Park, and he started his own business, PDM Contractors. Neighbors thought that he was friendly, helpful, and even just charming. He would throw huge summer parties, he would invite local politicians, and then he started dressing like a clown. He called himself Pogo the Clown. He started entertaining himself at hospitals, children's parties, and also parades. As Gacy continued to build his business, young men started slowly disappearing. Some worked for him, some were drifters, or kids that he just picked up off the streets. Families were told they had run away. But Chicago police were beginning to connect the dots, and still no one suspected the friendly contractor with the political intentions. On December 11th, 1978, 15-year-old Robert Peace finished his shift at Nissan Pharmacy in Des Plaines. He told his mother he was going to talk to a contractor about a job, but Robert never came home. His mother insisted that police investigate, and Detective Joseph followed that trail to Gacy. Police put Gacy under a 24-hour surveillance. They searched his home, and they found some suspicious items, like a driver's license that didn't belong to him, a class ring with initials of a missing boy, and a strange, foul odor coming from underneath his house. During all of that, Gacy was playing games with detectives, inviting them over for breakfast, offering cigars, and trying to convince them that he was innocent. On December 21st, 1978, Gacy confessed. He admitted to killing maybe 30 young men and burying them under his house. So, police began digging. They pulled body after body from the dirt. In total, 29 bodies were found in the crawl space, and 4 were recovered in nearby rivers. John Wayne Gacy's trial began February of 1980. His lawyers tried to claim that he was insane. The prosecution presented overwhelming evidence: his confessions, physical evidence, and the heartbreak of the families who had lost their sons. The jury deliberated for less than 2 hours, and he was sentenced to death. On death row, Gacy painted portraits, often of clowns, which sold for thousands of dollars. On May 10th of 1994, John Wayne Gacy was executed by lethal injection. His final words, according to some reports, were "kiss my ass." Outside, crowds celebrated. For many, it was closure, but for families of the unidentified victims, questions remained. We remember the young men whose lives were stolen. Some were runaways, some were sons of working-class families. All deserved more time on this earth. To this day, 6 victims still remain unidentified. John Wayne Gacy left scars not only on families, but also on American culture. The clown persona now haunts dozens of movies, TV shows, and nightmares. His crimes forever changed how they handle missing persons cases, even to this day. And it reminded the world how monsters can hide behind a smile. Behind every headline is a human story, and we owe it to the victims to remember them, and not just the man who took their lives. Thank y'all for hanging out with me today, and if you want to see more true crime just like this, like I know you sick freaks do, make sure to give a like and subscribe, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.